Good morning, students. I am Thirumalaragu. You might be knowing me, one of maths teachers in our streamed institutions. Now, I used to take the 10th standard mathematics, chapter 6, triangles. Chapter 6, triangles. Ninth standard, you have studied about congruent triangles. Here we are going to study about similarity of triangles. In the congruency, let us recall there are triple S, side congruent. That is, if three sides of one triangle is equal to the three sides of another triangle, then those triangles are said to be congruent to each other. And then next, SAS, that means side angle side, two sides of a triangle and an angle included between the two sides of a triangle is equal to two sides of a triangle and an angle included between the two sides of another triangle are equal, then those triangles are said to be congruent to each other. And next one is ASA, that is angle side angle, two angles either included side or AAS, two angles and a side of a triangle of two triangles are equal, then they are said to be congruent. And again RHS, this is the last congruency. So in two right angle triangles, the right angle, hypotenuse and a side are correspondingly equal, then they are said to be congruent. Sometimes even in similarity we need to use the congruency. Now there is a similar difference between similar and congruence. Similarity, say let us take similarity and congruence. Here we are going to study about triangles, so let us compare using triangles only. For the congruency of two triangles, we must know all the three angles are equal and all the three sides are equal. So then only we can say those triangles are congruent. Here it is not necessary. Here two triangles must have their corresponding angles are equal, that is 1, so this is 2 and this is 3. So here also the corresponding angles must be equal and the sides proportional. So that is known as similarity. All the congruent triangles are similar triangles, but we can't say all the similar triangles are congruent triangles. So that is the main difference. All the congruent triangles are similar triangles, that is 100% true, but we can't say all the similar triangles are congruent. And generally talking about similarity, you know, circles, all the circles are similar, they are not congruent. Similarly, all the equilateral triangles are similar because the sides, length of the sides may vary. So the equilateral triangles are similar and the circles are similar. We can say many objects, parallelograms like that we can say, but the congruency we can't say like that. So let us go to the subject now. Please take your book, mathematics book, and they are given the same what I have told you here, and go to the page number. They given you, go to the page number 120. They given you some of the introduction and as well as activities. So let us straight away go to exercise 6.1. It is a very basic problems, so that you have already known, or just based on this my introduction you can answer these questions easily. So exercise 6.1. Exercise 6.1. Fill in the blanks using the correct word given in brackets. All the circles are, you can't say similar. In case of congruency of two circles, they must coincide. If you place one circle on another, they must coincide. If they coincide, they are said to be congruent. But if they don't coincide, they may be concentric circle or something like this. If you see those circles are like concentric circles, they are similar to each other, we can say it is not congruent. So you can choose the right option in the first one. Second, all squares are similar or congruent. They asked you know whether we can say it is similar or congruent, because the squares, sides of squares of different squares may vary, therefore definitely they are not congruent. So all the squares are similar only, they need not be congruent. And third one, all dashed triangles are similar. So here there are two options, isosceles and equilateral. So isosceles in the sense the two sides are equal apart from the third side, but here equilateral triangles are different, I mean all the sides are equal, but there is only one main criteria, that is angles. We clearly say all the angles in a equilateral triangle are 60 degree only, but here we cannot say it may be 60 and 30 something or 40 80 like that, something else. So we can't say all the isosceles triangles are similar, because two sides are equal, but the angle or irrespective of angle we can have any number of isosceles triangle, but here it is not like that. For all the equilateral triangles the angles are definitely 60 60 60 only. So all the equilateral triangles are similar, whereas the isosceles triangle need not be similar. So equilateral triangles only correct option. And fourth one, two polygons of same number of sides are similar. The given condition is if two polygons are of same number of sides are similar, then their corresponding angles must be equal and their corresponding sides are proportional. So that is a basic condition for similarity. Similarity means the corresponding angles must be similar, I mean equal, corresponding angles must be equal, corresponding sides are proportional, they need not be equal. That means proportional means consider one triangle, equilateral triangle and another equilateral triangle. Let ABC be an equilateral triangle whose sides are 3 cm each, and PQR be another equilateral triangle whose sides are 5 centimeters each, 5 centimeters each. Here we can say the corresponding angles are equal, that is angle A equal to angle P, angle B equal to angle Q, angle C equal to angle R, whereas AB by PQ. So proportionality means AB by PQ must be equal to AC by PR, AC by PR must be equal to BC by QR, BC by QR. Here AB by PQ equal to 3 by 5 equal to AC by PR is also 3 by 5. Here BC by QR equal to 3 by 5. So this is what proportionality, even though you know we have studied in the previous classes, but let me recall this. So here all the angles of the corresponding angles of two triangles are equal and their corresponding sides are proportional. So this is what similarity. So even it is applicable for polygon also. That is what the fourth subdivision of first problem. And second one, give two different examples of pair of similar figures and non-similar figures. Similar figure means you can say there are so many examples. So I let you to answer this, and also for non-similar figures. So next one, question number 3. State whether the following quadrilaterals are similar or not. First one is rhombus. Clearly you can see the sides are equal and the opposite angles are equal, that is opposite sides are parallel, but no one angle subtended in it is 90 degree, therefore it is a rhombus. And the next one is a square, whether you can say they are similar or not. So this question also I am expecting you to answer for this also. Next one, similarity of triangles. Let us enter into the main. Main content, similarity of triangles. Please go to page number 123 in the mathematics book. The heading is similarity of triangles. Here in the third line, look at this. Two triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are in the same ratio, that means proportional. So, this is the main condition for similarity of two triangles. So, next one is, in the similarity of triangles, let us start with one theorem. That theorem is called basic proportionality theorem. The theorem is called basic proportionality theorem. In the page number 124, theorem 6.1 as given in the book. Theorem 6.1. So, basic proportionality theorem. If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, so let us draw a triangle ABC. Let us draw a triangle ABC. Here ABC is a triangle. If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, let me draw a line parallel to BC, where to intersect the other two sides in distinct points. Here I am going to draw a line parallel to the side BC. Therefore, the other two sides are nothing but AB and AC, in which two distinct points, let it be D and E. D and E are the 2 points of other two sides. Here I am drawing a line DE parallel to BC, distinct points. The other two sides are divided in the same ratio. The other two sides are divided in the same ratio. That means AD by DB equal to AE by EC. So, this is the AE by EC. So, this is the meaning of this theorem. This theorem is called basic proportionality theorem, because this proportionality, we are using the proportionality. Now, once again I tell you, in a triangle ABC, in any triangle, if a line drawn parallel to one side of the triangle between two other two sides in two distinct points, and the line, that is the other two sides divided in the same ratio, that means AD by DB equal to AE by EC. So, statement I have told from the book, so that these theorems are asked as a proof in even board exam. So, you must be keen on this. Just listen here, I am going to explain you. You just once rewrite as a test, home test like this. Okay. So, theorem, first write the theorem, then proof. Let me start with proof. First one, construction. So, we have to construct in order to prove this. Join BE and DC. Join BE and DC. In the construction, join BE and DC. BE and DC. And also draw perpendicular DM to AC. And another perpendicular from AE to AB, EN. So let it be N, that point of contact be N. So this is another perpendicular. So I am marking as N, here it is M. Now in the construction, join BE and DC and draw two perpendiculars, one from D to AC, let it meet at M, and another perpendicular from E to AB that meet at N. So DM perpendicular to AC, EN perpendicular to AB. Draw DM perpendicular to AC and EN perpendicular to AB. So this is the construction. Now we need to consider the triangle ADE. In triangle ADE, so let us use the area of properties of area. That is, we know the area of any triangle is half into base into height. So area is half into base into height. Here let us use the notation AR of ADE, because you have studied this notation in 9th standard. So area of the triangle ADE can be used in this notation AR of ADE. This means area of triangle ADE. So even we can use delta also. Area of triangle ADE is equal to half into that base. In this ADE we can use AD as base and EN as its perpendicular. So consider the triangle ADE in which I take AD as base, and so if it is base, so EN must be the perpendicular altitude. So half into base AD into height EN. Say this is 1. And in the same triangle ADE, if we take AE as base and DM must be the height. So again I am taking area of triangle ADE, in which the area of the triangle ADE is half into, I take AE as base and DM as its altitude or height. So DM. So this is 2. And what we need to prove? To prove, we have drawn DE parallel to BC in a triangle ABC. We need to prove AD by DB equal to AE by AC. So to prove AD by DB equal to AE by AC. So this is okay. Now consider triangle BDE. Here I am shading this. Here look at this. Consider the triangle BDE. The area of triangle BDE. Let us consider this. See, if a triangle, in a triangle, if you are able to draw altitude, that is height, within the triangle, so let ABC, in the triangle ABC, AD is altitude or height. So the area of triangle is half into BC into AD. This is first one. But in a triangle like this, here we cannot draw altitude inside the triangle. So we have to draw externally when the base is produced. So let ABC be another triangle like this. ABC be the another triangle like this. We can't draw altitude, that is height, within the triangle. So we need to produce one side. That means let me produce BC, because I am going to take BC as a base. So I am producing and drawing AD externally. So this is also possible. In this case also, the area of triangle delta is equal to half into base BC into height AD. So this is also possible. This all you have studied in the earlier classes. So the same concept we are going to use here. See, in triangle BDE, I have shaded here. So in triangle BDE, if I take BD as base and EN must be the height, because BD produced to A and En is the altitude for the entire line, perpendicular line. So even for En is perpendicular to BD also. Therefore area of triangle BD equal to half into base BD into height En. Say this is 3. And let me consider that another triangle, that is DEC. So now I am shading this triangle DEC. Here the area of the triangle in the same way DEC, we have DEC. I take EC as its base, then DM must be the altitude. DM must be the altitude of the triangle DEC. If I take EC as base, okay, then it is half into the base EC into the altitude DM. Say this is 4. Now let us take 1 divided by 3. So let us divide 1 by 3. So 1 is what? Area of triangle ADE. LHS is area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle. The third one is BDE, triangle BDE, which is equal to half into AD into En, half into AD into En, and divided by half into, here the third one is BD into En, BD half into BD into En. So we can eliminate half and En, which is equal to AD by BD, which is equal to AD by BD. Say this is 5, which is 5. And let us use this part for another proof. Two divided by 4. We have divided 1 by 3. So we divided 1 by 3. Now let us divide 2 by 4. That is 2 divided by 4. Equation 2 divided by 4. That is 2 means area of triangle ADE. Area of triangle ADE is equal to, divided by, LHS is area of triangle ADE and divided by 4 means area of triangle DEC. Area of triangle DEC is equal to, what is the area of triangle ADE? Half into AE into DM. Half into AE into DM and divided by half into EC into DM. Half into EC into DM. So eliminating these common factors, we have this is equal to AE into EC. AE by this is equal to AE by EC. Say this is 6. Equation 6. And therefore area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle DEC equal to AE by EC, the sixth one, and area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle BDE equal to AD by BD is fifth one. But you know that in the 9th standard we have studied one thing, that is area of two triangles on the same base between two parallels are equal. That is, here the base is DE, the triangle DBE and DCE are on the same base DE and between two parallels DE and BC, because initially we have told we have drawn DE parallel to BC, therefore DE and BC are parallel, and these two triangles DBE and DCE are of the triangles on the same base between two parallels. Therefore area of triangle DEC, area of triangle DEC is equal to area of triangle BDE. Now, so these two are equal. Therefore area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle DEC must be equal to area of triangle ADE, divided by area of triangle. What is that? Here DEC means definitely it is BDE, triangle BDE, because these two are equal in area. So the numerator equal and the denominator are equal. Therefore these two ratios are equal. Since LHS are equal, here these two are equal, their corresponding RHS are equal. Therefore AD by BD equal to AE by EC. Therefore the RHS AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. So this is the proof. So let us recall, in a triangle, if a line drawn to one side of the triangle between two other sides in two distinct points, then it divides the other two sides in the same ratio, that is AD by DB equal to AE by EC. We have proved using the area of these triangles and construction. This is very important theorem. So we can apply this theorem in solving so many problems in near exercise. So please once again you go through that and you write first. Let us understand this and then write your own. Just as a homework you write this, then it will be very easy for you, and let us solve the problems based on this. But before that, let me teach you the converse of this BPT. The converse of BPT is not asked as a theorem, but we have to use that concept to solve so many problems given in the exercise. So let us understand what is the concept converse of BPT. So please go to page number 126, that is 126, page number 126, theorem 6.2. Theorem 6.2. It is converse of BPT, basic proportionality theorem. Here let us read the statement. If a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, that means let ABC be a triangle and a line divides any two sides, let DE be a line which divides the other two sides AB and AC in the same ratio. That means given AD by DB equal to AE by AC. So if a line joining two sides which divides the two sides in the same ratio, then what next? Then the line is parallel to the third side. So to prove DE parallel to BC, DE parallel to BC. Say it is given, so we must take this as account. It is given, but let us on the contrary, by contrary, let us assume DE not parallel to BC. It is not parallel. So let us take a point E dash, take a point E dash such that DE dash parallel to BC, such that DE dash parallel to BC. But by basic proportionality theorem, the previous theorem 6.1, we have studied if a line drawn parallel to one side of the triangle, then it divides the other two sides in the same ratio. Therefore, by basic proportionality theorem, we have AD by DB is equal to AE dash by E dash C. AE dash by E dash C. Say this is given is 1, say this is 2. Here the LHS are equal, therefore the RHS must be equal. That means AE by EC is equal to AE dash by E dash C. So, AE by EC equal to AE dash by E dash C means what? So, these two are not different, two different points, they are of same point. That means E dash coincide with E. Therefore, E dash and E are same points. Hence, the line DE is parallel to BC. Therefore, line DE parallel to BC. So, this is the converse of BPT. Exercise 6.2, question number 1, and there are two subdivisions. The first subdivision in the figure 6.17, 1 and 2, subdivisions 1 and 2, DE parallel to BC. So, let me take the first subdivision, A, B, C and DE parallel to BC, DE parallel to BC, and AD is given as 1.5 centimeter and DB equal to 3 centimeter and A equal to 1 centimeter. Find EC. Find EC. First one, given DE parallel to BC. Therefore, by BPT, by basic proportionality theorem, we have AD by DB equal to AE by EC. AD by DB means 1.5 by 3 equal to 1 by EC. So, this is 1 time, 2 time, and 1 by EC equal to or 1 by 2 equal to 1 by EC. By cross multiplication, EC equal to 2 centimeter. So, this is answer, and second subdivision is your homework. Question number 3. In the given diagram 6.18. So, let us draw the diagram first. A, B, C, D. In a quadrilateral ABCD, they join AC, and they took the 2 points M and N such that ML parallel to BC and LN parallel to CD. Okay. So, in the given diagram, LM given, LM parallel to CB, and another one LN parallel to CD. We have to prove that, to prove AM by AB equal to AN by AD. We have to prove AM by AB equal to AN by AD. Now, consider triangle ABC. So, in triangle ABC, given that LM parallel to CB. So, by BPT, by basic proportionality theorem BPT, we have, if a line drawn parallel to the one side of the triangle, then the other two sides is divided by the line of same ratio. Therefore, AM by MB equal to AL by LC. Say this is one. And in another triangle ACD, they given that LM parallel to CD. So by BPT, again by basic proportionality theorem BPT, we have AN by ND equal to AL by LC. Say this is 2. So this is also AM by MB is also equal to AL by LC, and AN by ND is also equal to AL by LC. So from 1 and 2 we have AM by MB equal to AN by ND. But here we need to prove that AM by AB equal to AN by AD. So let us take reciprocal. When take reciprocal, MB divided by AM equal to ND divided by AN. Now adding 1 on both sides. We have MB by AM plus 1 equal to ND divided by AN plus 1. Taking LCM, we have MB plus AM by AM equal to ND plus AN divided by AN. That is MB plus AM equal to AB divided by AM, and which is equal to ND plus AN by AN. ND plus AN equal to AD. So AD by AN. Again take AD by AN. So again take reciprocal. We have AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. So hence proved. So this is the way we have to prove such problems. Question number 4. In the diagram, they are given a diagram 6.19. So let us draw the diagram first. ABC is a bigger triangle in which they join AE, and there is a point D on the side AB such that DE parallel to AC, and there is another point F here such that DF parallel to AE. So they are given in the problem also. So in the diagram 6.19 they are given DE parallel to AC, Again also they are given DF parallel to AE, So we need to prove that. To prove BF divided by FE, FE equal to DF divided by FE equal to BE divided by AC, BE divided by. See, they are given DE parallel to AC, So DE parallel to AC means forget these two lines. So in this diagram ABC in triangle, that is in triangle ABC, they given that DE parallel to AC. DE parallel to AC. Therefore, by BPT, AD by BD or BD by equal to BD by DA equal to BD by DA equal to BE by EC. BE by EC. Say this is first one. This is by BP, basic proportionality theorem we have, and say this is one. And the next one, in triangle, forget this. Now consider the triangle ABE. ABE in triangle ABE. So consider this triangle only and forget this line. So this may be like this, and consider the triangle ABE in which DF parallel to AE. Therefore, we have BD by DA by basic proportionality theorem. By basic proportionality theorem, we have BD by DA. BD by DA equal to BF by FE. BF by FE. So in this triangle, you forget this one. So in this triangle, consider DF parallel to AE. Therefore, BD by DA equal to BF by FE. This is 2. From 1 and 2, see, BD by DA is common. So from 1 and 2, we have BE by EC. BE by EC equal to BF by FE. So this is what they asked, BE by EC equal to BF by FE. Hence prove. Question number 5. In the figure, that is diagram 6.20. Let us draw the diagram 6.20. The outermost triangle is PQR. There is a point O. Join OP, OQ and OR, in which E and F are 2 points. E and F are 2 points on PQ and PR. There is a point D on the line OP such that ED parallel to QO and DF parallel to OR and join EF. This is the diagram they given. So let us see what they given and what they asked. In the diagram, DE parallel to OQ. DE parallel to OQ and DF parallel to OR. DF parallel to OR. DF parallel to OR. Show that EF parallel to QR. That means we have to prove EF parallel to QR. First, you consider the triangle OPQ. So OPQ in this triangle, in triangle OPQ, they given that DE parallel to OQ. DE parallel to OQ. So by BPT, PE divided by EQ, PE divided by EQ is equal to PD divided by DO. PD divided by DO. Say this is one. And again in triangle POR, OPR, in triangle OPR, in triangle OPR. Consider this triangle OPR. So this shaded region. So forget this OPR. DF parallel to OR. We are given DF parallel to OR. So by BPT, we have by BPT PD divided by DO equal to PF divided by FR. PF divided by PF divided by FR equal to PD divided by DO. Say this is 2. So from 1 and 2 we have the PE divided by EQ equal to PD divided by DO. Here also it is this ratio equal to PD divided by PD by DO. Therefore we can equate PE divided by EQ equal to PF divided by FR. Now consider the triangle PQR. PE divided by EQ equal to PF divided by FR means EF parallel to QR by converse of BPT. Here in the entire triangle PQR, PE divided by EQ equal to PF divided by FR means EF parallel to QR. So by converse of BPT we have EF parallel to QR because PE divided by EQ equal to PF divided by FR. So hence proof. Question number 6. In the diagram 6.21. So let us draw the diagram first. 6.21. First an outermost triangle PQR and there is another inner triangle ABC. Here they joined, there is a point O such that they joined OQ through B and OR through C and OP through A. That's all. So there is a point O which joins OP, OQ, OR and also it joins OA, OB, OC. Now what you have given and what they asked, let us see. Question number 6 only. In the diagram, ABC are the points on OP, ABC is the points on OP and OQ, OR respectively such that AB parallel to PQ, AB parallel to PQ. Given AB parallel to PQ and AC parallel to PR, AC parallel to PR and third one, that's all. So to prove, show that BC parallel to QR. That means to prove BC parallel to QR, we have to show. Okay, let us analyze this. First thing, all based on BPT only we have to solve these problems because we are given a line parallel to another line in a triangle. So AB parallel to PQ. So consider the triangle POQ. In triangle POQ, there only we have AB and PQ and all. So we have to consider POQ triangle. So in which AB is parallel to PQ, in which given AB parallel to PQ. So by basic proportionality theorem BPT, we have, tell me, OA by AP equal to OB by BQ. OA by AP is equal to OB by BQ. OB by BQ. Say this is one. And in triangle ACPR, where it exists, ACPR means, so this triangle POR. Now consider the triangle POR because there only we have AC and PR. So in triangle POR, we are given AC parallel to PR. So OC by CR equal to OA by AP. Say this is 2. In this triangle OC by CR equal to OA by AP. So, this is true. Here OA by AP equal to OB by BQ. Here also OA by AP equal to OC by CR. Therefore, from 1 and 2 we have OB by BQ. OB by BQ is equal to OC by CR. OC by CR. If OB by BQ equal to OC by CR in this triangle OQR, in triangle OQR, we have proved OB by BQ is equal to OC by CR. Therefore, by converse of BPT, BC parallel to QR. Therefore, by converse of BPT, we have BC parallel to QR. BC parallel to QR. So, I think this is what we have to prove. Hence, prove. Question number 7. Using theorem 6.1, that means using basic proportionality theorem, prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle, let ABC be a triangle, let D be the midpoint of AB. Using theorem 6.1, prove that a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle to another side bisects the third side. So, a line drawn from midpoint of one side parallel to another side bisects the other side. Given D is the midpoint of AB, therefore AD equal to DB 1 and DE parallel to BC. So, from the midpoint we have drawn a line parallel to the third side. So, to prove the point E bisects AC, that means AE equal to EC. So, we have to prove E is the midpoint of AC or AE equal to EC. Now, I am sorry, DE parallel to BC, not equal. So, DE parallel to BC means by BPT, by theorem 6.1 or BPT, we have AD by DB equal to AE by EC. AE by EC. But AD equal to DB. So, replace DB by AD. So, AD by AD, because DB equal to AD. So, replace DB by AD. AD by AD equal to AE by EC. Therefore, AE by EC equal to 1 or AE equal to EC, or E is the midpoint of AC, or the point E bisects AC. Dear students, question number 8 is a homework. Using theorem 6.2. 6.2 means converse of BPT. Prove that a line joining midpoints of any two sides of a triangle. So, you have to show that the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. So, using converse of BPT, you have to prove this. So, this is a homework, and let me solve the problem 9. Question number 9. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB parallel to DC. So, let us draw a trapezium first. Name it ABCD. Why I written the name like this? Because they given that AB parallel to DC. So, I given name like this ABCD because AB parallel to DC and its diagonals intersect each other at the point O. So, AC and BD are the diagonals which intersect at the point O. This is a point of intersection named as O. Now, we have to show that to prove AO by BO equal to CO by DO. AO by BO is equal to CO by DO. Now, let us start with one construction. Why we need construction? Because we are learning or we are using the BPT theorem only to solve the problems like that. In the BPT, we have a line in a triangle which is parallel to one side. So, we need a line which is parallel to either one side of this given side. Here, let me draw a line parallel to DC or AB, that is OE. Draw construction, draw OE parallel to AB. This is and OE is parallel to DC also. So, draw OB either parallel to AB means AB parallel to DC, therefore, the OE line parallel to DC also. Now, only we can use BPT theorem. So, first consider the triangle ACD. Here only we have EO parallel to DC. So, first consider the triangle ACD. In triangle ACD, EO parallel to DC, we have EO parallel to DC. Therefore, by BPT, basic proportionality theorem, we have AE by ED equal to AO by OC or AO by CO. Say this is one. And again consider the triangle ABD. Here ABD, because EO parallel to AB we have to take in another triangle. So, in the first triangle ACD we can take EO parallel to DC. But in another triangle ABD, we can take EO parallel to AB. So, now consider the triangle in triangle ABD, EO parallel to AB. EO is parallel to AB. Therefore, again by BPT, therefore, by basic proportionality theorem, we have AE by ED is equal to BO by OD, because we have taken only this triangle. So, AE by ED equal to BO by OD. Say this is 2. From 1 and 2 we have, so this is also AE by ED and this is also A by ED. So, AO by CO equal to BO by OD or DO. But we need to prove AO by BO equal to CO by DO. So, bring the BO to the left side, that means it will be the denominator of the LHS, and bring the CO to the RHS, that will be the numerator of the RHS. So, by cross multiplication, that is interchanging, we have AO by BO is equal to CO by DO. Hence proof.